it's Jenny from Origami Tree, and today I'm going to show you how to make this pop-up heart card. So to make the pop-up card, I am going to start off with a square sheet of paper, and I have my bone folder here, which is going to help me fold nicer creases. So the first thing you want to do is you want to fold the entire thing in half. You're going to create a triangle. Now this is pretty thick cardstock, so you might see me kind of struggling to fold it, which is why I have a bone folder here. Now when you make cards, you want to use a strong cardstock so that it will last longer and just have a nicer feel to it. But anyway, you have this done right here, and then you're going to do the same thing to the opposite side. So you're going to fold it in half and create a triangle. Crease that in, and then flatten with your bone folder. Just like that. Now let's unfold and fold it in half like this to create a rectangle. Crease that in, bone folder, unfold, rotate, and do the same thing on this side. Alright, so now you have this with a whole bunch of creases on it. So what you want to do next is you want to fold it in half again. So we have our little triangle. And you want to take a sheet of scrap paper. So I'm just going to go grab a sheet of scrap paper. So here's my sheet of scrap paper. This is just a Christmas pattern that I had left over from a previous project. So you want to make sure that the length and width of this square is 1/2 the size of the bigger one. So it should be exactly like 1 quadrant. So you want to take this little scrap and fold it in half, and we're going to use this to create our main heart template. So I'm just gonna fold that in half. You want to make sure the opening is facing the right side and the closed portion is facing the left. And then you're gonna draw half a heart shape. So for this, you can sketch it out before and then cut, or you can just cut and eyeball it. I'm gonna sketch it out first, something like that. And then take your pair of scissors, and you don't have to exactly follow the line you drew. If you didn't like it, you can just cut it however you want. So here is my heart. So when you open it up, you have a heart shape. So now that you have your heart and also this sheet of paper here, you want to fold this back in half, and you're going to lay it down right over here against the lower right hand side. And then you're going to draw and trace over this template. Just like that. And now let's do the same thing to this side. So you're gonna lay this down and trace like this. And then for the center, you just want to open up the entire heart. Place it right here, and then trace. Now that you have that traced out, you're gonna take your pair of scissors and you're just gonna cut. So I'm gonna cut this side first, the right side first. And when you get to this point, you just wanna cut like that. And then do the left side. When you get to here, you just want to cut straight like this. Alrighty, so now you have something that looks like this. So now what you want to do is you want to open it up, and then you want to fold it in half again. And now we're going to cut this portion over here. Open it up. And now we have 1 heart, 2 hearts, 3 hearts, and then a square right at the top. So now that I have this completed, I am going to decorate. I have 2 scrap sheets of paper here for the hearts. flip it around so that you protect the beautiful pattern. And then you're gonna get your scrap heart from before. And what you wanna do actually before you trace it is you want to make it smaller. So you're just gonna take this, fold it in half, and then you're going to cut it so that it is smaller. So you're just making a baby version of your previous heart. So here is a baby version. You want to lay it down like this, and we're going to trace it out and then cut it out. So leave it right here. Here is the first one. That's one. Here is the second one. And then here is a third one. So we have 1, 2, 3 hearts, and now I'm going to do a fourth heart, and I'm going to use this pattern here. This one is going to be the cover of our card, so I'm going to flip that around and then trace one more so that there are 4 hearts total, with the oddball being the cover. So now that I have the 4 hearts drawn out, I'm just going to cut. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hearts, and now I'm going to focus on this area over here. So you want to cut a square that is about 1/4 inch shorter on both sides. So this is a square that I had pre-cut. This is 3 inches, I believe, because this is 3.25 inches. So when you lay it down like that, you have a nice little border. So let's go ahead and glue all of these guys on. And now you just want to fold everything in. So we're going to fold it from the left and the right sides. And then we're going to carefully squish it down like this and close it off. And I'll repeat this step so you can see it again. And then flatten. So again, what I did was I pushed in from the right and the left sides like that, and then flatten. So that when you open it up, it looks like this. So let me just flatten it one more time. And you'll notice that there is a blank heart over here. Now before I do anything else, I'm going to take my eraser and get rid of those eraser marks from before. And then I'm going to glue this final heart right over here. So for the next step, we are going to put on the ribbon. So I just flip the entire thing around like this. And I'm going to grab a piece of ribbon. It doesn't have to be very long. Trim that off. And then take my glue dot here and just place a dot right over here. So not exactly in the middle, but slightly lower than the center point. And then fold this in half so I can get the center point of the ribbon, which is right over here. Let's place that down. And then we're going to flip it around. And we can tie a little bow. And that is how you make a pop-up heart card.